When you think about one of the most unexpected teams to win MCC Rising 2, you would think about this team, the Lime Llamas, or the Lime Lemmings as they call themselves. And before the event, they don't expect to win, but they won anyway, and their win become one of the underdog stories in the MC Championship history. But a year after the event, they are involved in the community more and more than ever before. So with all of this, where are they now? Let's start off by introducing them. The Lime Llamas, a group of friends who initially formed like a couple of days before the signups of Rising 2, like literally. This team consists of Weightbox, Nominal Gravy, Nomad of the World, and Chaos Corpse.
Hello, I'm Nominal, or Nominal Gravy, whatever you prefer. Just so many people call me Gravy, and please don't do that, Smith. I played in MCC Rising 2, and it was a lot of fun, but I've been doing a bunch of stuff since then, and I think I've grown a lot anyway, like personally, not just channel-wise. Yeah, I'm just call me Nom.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and all iterations of being that fall between. I am Nomad, or Nomad of the World, if you want to be professional, or your Weightbox, who is apparently, you know, he gets mad at me enough to be my dad, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, hi, I'm Nomad. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Chaos Core. I'm a 23-year-old content creator from Britain, and I was perhaps known for my participation in MCCR2 as a Lime Llama.
Hi, I'm Wadebox. I am one of the members of the Lime Llamas from Rising 2, and we were some of the we were very lucky because we kind of somehow won it, which is very cool. But outside of things, I'm known for being a guy who works in telly. I'm an edit assistant IRL, and that's my day job, and by night I'm a part-time content creator.
In the event and leading up to the event, this group has pretty much often been seen practicing and playing with each other, and is involved in many things such as us here on the MCC Live Show and many practice streams, including Nominal Gravy's library with Falsesymmetry Ace Race, and yeah, in the main event, they really did well from the very start. From well possibly one of the roughest sense of time since MCC 5 to dominations in Battle Box, with the last round being a very crucial round for them. At the end, they won above all expectations against Cyan Coyotes, which really is a quite scary team. How do you feel being part and played in MCC Rising 2 with your team as well as the roster?
Oh my god, it's still whiplash. Like, it's been, what, almost over a year now? And it's just continuous whiplash of like, wow, I did that thing. And I'm still continuously seeing the results of the fact that I did that thing. Like, I've got friends now that I never thought I would have at this point. There are people that I get to talk to, like, every once in a while now. I'm like, oh wow. You know, I would have just, like, seen you on Twitter and been like, man, that'd be cool one day. But anyway. But no, I could not be more thankful for such a cool opportunity.
It's been the most incredible experience of my life. Not just the actual game, in terms of actually playing Rising 2 on the day, the whole lead up, the practice server, the training, then the event, and some of the stuff afterwards. It's just been an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, even now it's still something that's quite hard to believe occurred. Like, it's still very much an incredible experience. Like, I often sort of think about it, like, oh yeah, no, that really did happen. Like, we really did not only get into Rising, but also win it. I think going into it, a lot of people didn't really consider our team much of a competitor. Bear in mind, a lot of us were relatively unknown in the space, but we had an underdog story, and honestly, it was just generally an incredible time, and I couldn't have asked for a better team at the end of the day. We were all vibing at the end at everything, and we were all just, you know, riffing and bantering at the same time, and then locked in when we need to. It was just a perfect blend of not only the competition, but also the spirit of the competition.
Rising 2, still to this day, it's been almost a year, if not a full year by the time this comes out. Rising is still the best experience I've ever done on streaming. It was so much fun. It was undescribable in some ways. I got a chance to do something really, really cool with a bunch of very close people to me, some very, very dear friends. And yeah, honestly, I'm still feeling the effects of Rising like today, you know? Like there's a lot of stuff that came from Rising. I got to meet so many cool people. It was such a good experience.
After the event, this group really stuck around in the good old community. And to start, they really dig into the event scene a lot. From plenty of MC Mayhems, Block Wars Origins, to recently in the good old fresh new event of Biome Battle. And if you have watched one of the smaller events in the good old Minecraft space, you may probably see at least one of them in the good old event. But out of all of those events, how do you feel being involved in all of them?
I love it. Because I wasn't in the event scene. I ran my own event, I say with like quotation marks, as my hands can't make the quotation marks in Minecraft. But I wasn't actually aware of all these events prior to MCC, and then becoming aware of them after and being like, this is so cool. There's so many people making cool things. I love it. It's so cool. It's honestly so cool to be involved in it, to be a part of it. Particularly, I think from my perspective as someone who is I'm not the best Minecrafter, I'm not the best gamer or eventer. I'm very much aware of that, but I can see that I've seen myself get just that little bit better, and it feels good. I like it. I love that feeling. Yeah.
Honestly, it was daunting. It was actually really daunting because, as you might be able to get from me, I try to play Minecraft to at least be decent, but I'm by no means an expert player. I think when it comes to me, as I've said before, my skill is kind of a D20. I can either do really well or really god-awful. I mean, even just today, I was doing BattleBox and I got a few aces, and I got no kills for a good few rounds. It was weird. It's weird with my skill, but at the end of the day, it was a really interesting time in trying out all these different events, because Rising was kind of my first event ever. So I went from Rising 2 into the entirety of the event space, which has been generally really cool to see, and seeing how these events develop.
I'm very thankful for it, because, I'm not the best at Minecraft when it comes to playing competitive. Like, I have my moments, sure, but I'm not training every day or, really dedicating my time. I'm here to have fun. And, sometimes on rosters and things like that, they're always like, oh, very play to win. But I've had, in most of the events, or actually, in most, if not all of the events I've played in, it's been a lot of, hey, we think you're a fun vibe, and we want you to be a part of our roster to continue to be that awesome vibe. And I've really enjoyed it. I've made a lot of cool friends. I've gotten to have a lot of cool memories, and just get really close to winning a lot of events. I have come in the finale so many times now, and just haven't gotten there just yet. But honestly, that's kind of half the fun too. I'm having so much fun just playing and just feeling the excitement of doing really well, and then even the excitement of just being able to pick ourselves back up too. They've all just been so much fun. I've been so thankful for every single opportunity we've gotten so far.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun. I cannot say enough how much fun events are. I have the very, very lucky thing of, in Rising, I was seen as a really good player because of the pool of players. I think it was second or third. I don't remember. I think I got second, in Rising. But the really nice thing about events is I don't need to be stressed out about being the best player. I can be a happy little second frag on a team and just have fun. I want to say the person who's definitely put me on to joining more and more events is definitely Sandwich. Me and Sandwich became friends, as I said, closer after Rising. And I saw that he was playing Mayhem and all this. We got invited into Mayhem, and then after Mayhem fell everything else, and they're just so much fun. I've always had a competitive streak in me, and I think events just scratch that itch really, really well for me. It really does. I love them so much. I love them so much.
But aside from those events, SMPs were also popping up as well for them, starting with the Fireside SMP, featuring plenty of MCC Rising 2's content creators, including the team themselves.
The reality behind Fireside, I think it was one of those weird ones where we gave it all the graphic design advertisements and stuff we would in case anything happened. But the reality is we just wanted a nice cozy space to relax, little did we realize, I think a lot of us probably didn't realize how much we were all going to get pulled into this event and this event and this event and this project and this one. We were just constantly getting messages to join other things, and it became very, very clear that there are people out there who make much cooler stuff than I do. So we obviously went and played those stuff and did the other things instead. And Fireside obviously kind of went to the wayside. I think the last thing I've technically done with Fireside was, as a joke, we gave it a memorial at TwitchCon. We went to a museum and put a little. We drew the logo and I put it on a balloon in this like virtual museum and had it floating off to the sky, going, "So long, my beloved Fireside." So,
Nomad and Chaos would then also be involved in the Legacy SMP. Some of the Rising lads, including some of the Lime Llamas, also participated in the TwitchCon SMP, featuring a lot of content creators in the space, hosted by Nukeri himself. Chaos Corps would then be heavily involved in the odious SMP as well, with lores and stories throughout the way, and currently it is in its second season.
One of the facts about me that I am quite happy with is that I am a fan of horror. I like tales of fear and tragedy and obviously the scary elements. One of the things I was also known for is doing tabletop role-playing sessions of a game called 10 Candles, a tragedy horror game where every playing character dies. So seeing a post for a lore SMP that is a sort of 1980s, 1990s horror, I was generally quite intrigued by the sort of concept of it, since I had watched a lot of like the 80s slashes, like, you know, Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all of those sort of slashes. So I was always quite interested in that. And bear in mind, I have a very lore-heavy mindset. I really want to try and apply a character to that sort of setting. And I always like to make things slightly difficult for me by playing a character but I hadn't really tried before. A sort of character that had a very weak kind of will and lack of spirit and lack of any practical skills, really. Basically a wimp, a complete failure. They're very much like a nerdy kind of character. The character being called Ryan Bayliss, philosophy student who is very intelligent, but unable to even really pick up a sword and slash it. I then sort of set myself the very intriguing task of making sure that the only way I could even effectively combat something is perhaps with a bow, whereas like anything in like a melee combat, I will just flail at it. So I always loved like that sort of element of being able to like take the physicality of a character and playing it. So when it came to Odious SMP and seeing the horror as well as seeing what can actually be done with it, it was really really fun.
And of course, with Chaos, he has also been involved in many lore-centric SMPs as well, including the recently ended The Purge, ran by none other than the Stellars Studios. Other SMPs to mention as well, we got Vault 11 with Nomad, Chaos and Vade, Christmas SMP with Chaos, the Maze SMP with Chaos, and recently with After Hours SMP with Vade. With those SMPs, you can see their collaborations and connections being extremely strong in the Minecraft community as well as in events. They would also do various other charity things as well, especially towards the end of 2023, with a plobby to remember. What's your experience like being involved in that special cause?
I love it. Jingle Jam is an incredible charity event. It's obviously happening again this year. In fact, I'm going to do a big charity event for Jingle Jam this year. I'm planning it at the moment. But yeah, it was great. It was very last minute because obviously we were all very busy and tied up with things. And we just tied it in with a plobby update that dropped. We spoke to a lot of the Noxcrew peeps about it, and Sarah and them from the Ogscast. And yeah, it was great. Obviously, I did that, and then was also involved in the Jingle Jam Crunchy Christmas event as well. We also did, I think I also did a Jingle Jam Christmas album as well with a person called Rice in Real Time, and it was great. It's just I love doing charity events and charity bits and bobs, and Jingle Jam is, I think, a fantastic opportunity just because of how much work they put into it. Because obviously, you know, for those who don't know about Jingle Jam, it's a charity event where you can donate, and if you donate a certain amount of money, you can get a massive amount of free games and free content. And I think last year Noxcrew, I should say, had some perks and stuff from MCC in it. So you get a lot of goodies from it, and you get to help some great causes. And they've raised I think it's over 20 million over the last 11 years or so. So it's been incredible.
Aside from those, the players have moved on to other things as well, with Nomad being involved in builds for the Season 3 of Kabuto SMP.
It was by far, I think, one of the coolest opportunities I've ever had. I'm not an official part of the build team or anything, as would be awesome, but I'm just not currently. But a friend of mine who is a part of the build team had reached out to me asking me if I could help them with the end build, and I said, absolutely, sign me up. And so I was responsible for the giant library that we saw in the premiere, the hotel, and a couple of small buildings. I did maybe just under half of some of the things that we see on the end island, or the end city that they have. And it was my first big build, big build now that I was building again, and I could not have been prouder of it. I am so thankful to that opportunity, thankful to Caboodle for trusting me and being okay with this random person just building on their server. And I'm so happy everyone liked it, especially the library. I have built so many libraries at this point. This was my best one by far, and the reception was just so nice, and I'm so proud. And I hope it's done the KSMP justice, because I've obviously heard a lot about it, and to be a part of something that big, you want to do right by that community, so I hope I did.
And to round things off, 3/4 of the team eventually meet up together in TwitchCon Rotterdam, with many other Rising 2 participants as well. What was it like meeting them?
Everybody was so nice. I'll be honest, I was a little afraid. I had this thing in the back of my head where it was oh wait, what if I meet people in real life and they're different and they hate me? I was what if I bump into somebody at TwitchCon and then a big TwitchCon drama happens? I'm but I'm not gonna do anything. I don't know. I had all that stuff in the back of my head, and then as soon as I met up with Nomad and Wade and Ara and a lot of people I've known for years, immediately I was expecting it to be a nervous thing or a awkward. It just felt oh, these are people I've known for years. It immediately felt so good meeting up with everybody. And the Noxcrew are the exact same. I cannot stress enough just how nice Noxcrew are.
At the end of the day, this team really has a bright future amongst them in the community, and they truly rise from MCC Rising with a bunch of collaborations to event participations in their pocket. We can't wait to see how they would grow more in the future. So at the time of releasing this video, all the Rising 3 participants will be announced, and if they come across this little video that I make, do you have any advices for them?
My advice is not to the Rising 3 competitors. You got this. You participants, you know what you're doing. For those of you who are not part of this, who are outside of any of the communities of these individual people, you guys watching this right now, go and support all of these people from Rising 3. Check out their applications, go look at their clips, and see which people you vibe with. Because that was my biggest thing that I said for Rising 2. There was so many comments I saw of, I don't know this group, I don't know them, oh, I haven't got anyone I don't know. That's cool. That's what's amazing about Rising. It's the fact that you don't know these people and you get to meet and see and find new creators. From this, I found out about Lagundo. Lagundo, I now watch all of his videos. His videos are cinematic and beautiful and amazing. I'm now collaborating with them. Even from Rising 3, from the application process, I have gone and already subscribed to a bunch of the applications that I've seen. I've already reached out to a few people. I'm hey, I want to collab with you. You've got some really cool stuff. I've already planned some things with some other people who've put applications out. It's so cool. It's genuinely so cool. So check them out. They're really cool. Just from some of the people that have already been announced, you're going to be in for a fantastic show.
Thank you so much for watching this good old Where Are They Now series. Or as you think that this is the end, it is not the end of Where Are They Now yet. I'll be doing more of this for the rest of the teams that I missed out. That includes, well, teams like Blue Bats, for example, or Cyan Coyotes, or even Yellow Yaks. Those 3 teams will be covered after MCC Rising 3. So yeah, be sure to stick around on that. But either way, hey, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching the team introductions as well that I released before this. Yeah, that's all. Keep on watching Duechayapol. Yeah, I'll see you in the next Day Now or MCC Live Show tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.